In the MMA Octagon in the featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner from Thornton, Colorado, representing a family affair boxing, Mario Maito Rodiriguez.
So from punchy time, we're going to punchy chokey time. Little MMA action coming up for our fight fans. Back and forth, we're gonna go all evening.
Yeah, liking the music a little bit here. I want some Mexican food now.
Mr. Rodiriguez making his way to the ring. Mr. Deloy, you can see him on the screen there. Of course, both from the same gym, a family affair. This guy's putting out a ton of great fighters. And we're taking a look at the tail of the tape here. Mr. Rodiriguez, the younger at 21 versus Colby Brands, 22 years old. A height disadvantage for Rodiriguez at 5'8" versus 6 foot. And debut fighter is Mr. Rodiriguez. Lists himself as a kickboxer, so making the transition over to MMA. Colby Brand lists himself as an MMA fighter, and he has the experience of 5 fights with a 2-3 record.
You know, JR, for fans that don't know, listen, anytime you're still an amateur and you fight somebody that has 5 fights or less, probably a good matchup. However, not only are you going from kickboxing to MMA, there's 2 different things.
And his opponent,
MMA,
fighting out the Larry H. Miller Nissan on 104th, blue corner, Colby Brand.
I agree with everything you just said. As a counterpoint, I'll say the guys at the gym that he trains at is getting the experience of everything. He gets the value of the experience of everybody else there.
And that's a huge key, JR. I'm glad you brought that up because speaking of a buddy of mine and Grant Neal that you've called here at Sparta, making his debut at Bellator next month, you know, when you're fighting guys like Justin Gaethje in your gym, I think it gets you prepared a little bit.
Yes, indeed.
Here comes Colby Brand. Sparta 75.
A lot of shows.
You called just about all of them?
I was at show number 1.
There you go.
So they've had a few that were out of state that I was not at. If it's happened in Colorado, I get to say I have the pleasure of having been there for it.
Wow, I got to catch up. I'm only at about 9.
I've attended more Colorado Sparta shows than Jeff has. He's been out of town for
there
a
you
couple.
go. Well, the first fight started out with a bang, a little bit of controversy at the end, but I think they got it right, and that's the main thing.
Yes,
Get
sir.
it right before the end of the evening.
Agreed. Take it up to Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, our second bout of the evening is brought to you by Breckenridge Distillery, the official bourbon of Sparta Sports and Entertainment. Let's meet our fighters. First, fighting out the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner from Thornton, Colorado, representing a family affair boxing, Mario Maito Rodiriguez. And his opponent, fighting out the Larry H. Miller Nissan on 104th, blue corner from San Diego, California, representing Victory MMA, Colby Brand.
All right, gentlemen, I gave you instructions earlier tonight. I know this is going to be a great fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Any questions out of the red corner? Questions out of the blue corner? Touch them up, gentlemen. Let's fight.
All right, here we
Referee
go.
Tim Mills, third in the cage. Mr. Rodiriguez wearing the black and yellow Sparta trunks. Mr. Brand wearing the black and flag style Sparta trunks. And Brand comes out, covers the distance to take over the center of the cage.
3-minute rounds in MMA. He had 2-minute rounds for boxing. And boy, Rodiriguez is throwing some fire. Rodiriguez, thicker fighter. Brand with the height advantage, probably has the reach advantage as well.
Brand pumping his jab nicely early on. Eats a couple there as Rodiriguez closes the distance.
Yeah,
but
he pumped those jabs as well.
Good counter right.
Yeah, counter right off that missed kick.
And corner Rodiriguez saying, keep your head down. Yeah, don't want to be backing out with your chin up in the air, that's for certain.
Low kick to the body. Brand's got around to the backside of him, looking for that takedown and a reversal, and some savage blows to the body. The sprawl out, nice by Rodiriguez as well.
Rodiriguez, good job there. Brand almost had the rear valley trip takedown, and Rodiriguez able to sit through very nicely.
Yeah, I think he's got that guillotine in a little bit, but he doesn't have it underneath that arm. Didn't have it in tight enough, and the positioning wasn't right.
And that's going to allow back control for Brand. See if he can bring the right leg around.
Got
body triangle.
Yep, body triangle, and he's got that.
He's going with some punches, and see if he can get a submission there. He's going to go for a bit of a knee bar / body crank. And now going to start working to try to go underneath the chin is Brand. That's what he's doing with those punches. He's trying to get Rodiriguez to lift his chin a little bit.
Yeah, that longer leg had that figure 4 locked in. Now letting loose of it, though. Great job looking for the reversal right there, and a couple big right hands countering and getting up to his feet is Mario Rodiriguez.
Nice scrambling, nice wrestling ability shown by Rodiriguez here.
Nice fight early on.
Lists himself as a boxer. I have a feeling he spent some time on the wrestling mats when he was in high school.
Absolutely. Short little straight jab by Colby Brand scores. Rodiriguez comes back with an overhand right, then that quick left that connected as well.
And not sure what happened here. Referee Tim Mills was diving in.
Pulling down on the back of his head maybe, is that?
That's okay.
I didn't think that was anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could have seen. Not getting much of an explanation.
Yeah, maybe there was an incidental groin strike in there or something we didn't see.
That's never a good thing. A lot of action in
whatever
this
it was, here we go.
A lot of action in this
Back
one
to
early
it.
on. Rodiriguez came out firing. I think Brand has settled down a little bit, probably because he's had those 5 fights.
Yeah, hard knee to the body there, thrown by Brand. Rodiriguez received it well, but
boy, those two almost butted heads right there. Body kick. That's the second time now that Rodiriguez has caught a kick.
Wow, what great balance by Brand.
Great strength by
Thwarting
Rodiriguez.
that first takedown. Now we'll see what Brand has in the way of
had a hook in
ground
momentarily.
skills. Yep.
Enough time for one right. That was it.
And the air horn didn't work, so the judges were yelling from the sidelines the time was up.
Getting vocal.
Speaking of UFC and Bellator fighters, Gilbert Jamal Smith in the corner of Mr. Brand.
Yeah, I saw that.
Fought for both those organizations. Not a bad guy to have in your corner if you want some experience over there.
Absolutely. Great first round. I mean, both these first 2 fights, one boxing, now MMA, and you've seen action from both fighters. What we certainly like from the broadcast booth.
Definitely. We got a replay going here, and you can sort of pick any moment during that fight and take a look at it. Here's the great takedown defense by Brand initially. Rodiriguez able to reset and get the takedown there. But, man, I was going to say you could take just about any moment in that fight and show a highlight of it.
Absolutely.
These guys really put it on for us. Thank you, gentlemen.
Well, get busy. And, you know, with these amateur fights, just 3 rounds, 3 5-minute rounds gives you a little bit more time. These 3-minute rounds, JR, they go very quickly.
Brand working knees to the body again.
Again, going with that knee.
Haven't seen very much in the way of kicks from Mr. Rodiriguez. He just seems to want to put his boxing skills on display, using his wrestling a little bit, primarily for escapes. Did get the takedown with his wrestling skills. Here we go with another groin strike.
Yep, that one I saw. This warning feels a little different than the first one, probably because we saw it. But if there's no point that comes off, then that may be the first one, JR.
Right. And I don't
think a point's coming
Yeah,
off.
it's not looking to me like the referee's going to take a point. Just giving some warnings and sort of getting in the ear of Mr. Brand for a moment. Back to it we go.
Explaining to Brand what's going on. That will be his warning, I think.
You must be in control of your weapons is what they tell the fighters. Ooh, good stiff jab by Rodiriguez. Oh, and dropped.
Slip, yep, and Rodiriguez throwing some big-time leather. And then a knee.
I said Rodiriguez wanted to put his boxing on display, and there it was. Brand trying to answer by way of countering with the takedown here.
Did get the takedown, and he has to counter with something.
And right into mount he goes. Just needs to pop his head free. Nice job regathering half guard.
Got to score here, and he does full mount right now.
Hopping over to mount.
Great job here. Look at Rodiriguez. A great job clasping and grabbing and keeping Brand close in so he can't get that off, JR.
Yeah, really shutting down what Brand can do offensively. And now trying to buck and roll. He did a great job of trapping the arm and then trying to roll to that side. Really shows a lot of drilling of the basics by Mr. Rodiriguez. Nicely done. Yeah.
Brand's been able to be in full mount, but just hasn't been able to score much off of it, and credit that to Rodiriguez.
Yeah, Rodiriguez really doing a lot of the right things defensively, trying to wrap him up, trying to control the arms, trying to go with hands on biceps when he doesn't have a full control of an arm, keeping his elbow up in the wing block position. But Brand starting to get off a little bit now, and just good work by Brand.
And don't think that's not wearing Rodiriguez out either, because fighting from your back for an entire round or half of a round can do it. He's trying to bridge and kick out right now, expending all kinds of energy.
Yeah, every one of those bridge and roll attempts is a full body effort. Good job working the grapevine by Brand.
Yep. He's got him stretched out exactly where he wants, but again, Rodiriguez with that strength able to control the upper body and gets back on all fours.
Man, Rodiriguez's ability to scramble is just really something special. Got to be careful, make sure he doesn't go to the back of the head or he'll lose this very advantageous position.
Comes up throwing big haymakers. Great fight so far here. Brand trying to get out of it.
See if Rodiriguez, there's the 10-second clacker. I was going to say, see if Rodiriguez stays attached to him, if he tries to separate and go for boxing, and he's going to stay in tight and flurry with punches until the bell ends. That we're going to a third round.
I'll tell you what, that bell came at the right time. He was starting to tee off. What a great job of getting out of trouble, mounting a rally, and perhaps saving that round and putting doubt in the judge's mind.
Yeah, nicely done by Mr. Rodiriguez. It's really, every time we see him in a bad position, he has an answer for it. He knows what to do. He scrambles well. We're checking things out here on the replay and seeing Rodiriguez put his hands to work, and then this is right after Brand did a really nice job of bunny hopping into full mount. But Rodiriguez, really great job defensively off of his back.
Minimized the scoring.
Minimized the damage and eventually able to get it back to standing where he was really starting to take control as the round came to an end.
Well, you've seen these first two fights, both boxing, now MMA. Could have been finishes in both these fights, and now they have a chance to go the distance, JR. Those are the kind of fights you love because it means both fighters are getting off.
And it's the kind of fight that fighters grow from, too.
Absolutely.
Really learn a lot from him. From Mr. Rodiriguez, I believe we saw he was making his debut, and Mr. Brand early on in his career. Both these guys with a lot of learning to do. This is a great experience for them.
Yeah, big stiff forward jab, and then an overhand right connects big time.
Rodiriguez going to work with the boxing. He was ready for the shot that time. That's what Brand did last time, started to rely on the wrestling, and now it's Rodiriguez trying to work the belly to back.
Yeah, Brand's in a little bit of trouble here. He needs to get out and score because there were some big, heavy-duty punches thrown because I think Rodiriguez has had the more damaging punches.
Brand does a nice job when he comes up and trying to score with the knee strike. Oh, good job reaping the leg.
Yep, he has a few takedowns, and again, getting into full mount, which he does now have.
Just walked over easily into full mount, did Brand.
Got to take advantage of it here, JR, and score. That's one thing he didn't do the last time he was in this position.
Yep, Rodiriguez was able to tie him up, and it really wasn't the Brand was doing much wrong. It's just Rodiriguez was really solid in his defense.
Boy, that bridge almost kicked out of it. Really a strong bridge. I've seen it twice now in this fight, and a great job by Rodiriguez tying up that right arm.
Brand starting to go to work, mixing up his punches, body and head, but Rodiriguez, good job with the tie-up again.
And Brand's tired. That's one of the things that's showing a factor here, JR, is not be able to get great punches off because you're tired.
Yep.
And that's
Another
tough to
bridge
breathe
and
right
roll,
there.
man.
Yep.
Rodiriguez so good with that escape. And this time Brand has an answer for it. Goes north-south from the top side.
Got that body triangle and that figure four in
And
as
I think
well
that's
right
a
there.
really wise move. Trying to trap the arm is what he's doing by readjusting that. And looking to set in the rear naked choke.
Yep.
Good job by Brand. That looks in tight.
Yeah, it does look in
Rodiriguez
tight.
looking to tap, and there it is. Congratulations
Wow.
to the Victory MMA representative. Mr. Colby Brand goes home with the victory in an action-packed back and forth bout. Wow, these guys put on an entertaining fight.
How quickly things can turn. JR, right when you said he had it in deep, he did. You knew that he was in big trouble, and Brand locked it up.
And hopefully we'll get a replay of the rear naked choke finish there, because what I want to talk about is what Brand did with his legs and how he wrapped up the right arm of Rodiriguez. So Rodiriguez did not have, they always tell you go 2-on-1 with your hands, try to peel off that choking arm, and Brand kept that from being able to even be a possibility.
And I think one of the things, too, is those bridges took a lot out of Rodiriguez. So much so that when it came time, maybe not defensive enough in this position.
And here he is trapping that arm that we were talking about. Has it shut in, then it's just a matter of adjustment and a little bit of time. And Brand doing the right thing there with his arms. And boy, what a great shot by our camera crew. Nicely done, gentlemen. You can see there's just no avenue of escape left there for Rodiriguez. Brand doing a good job hiding his hands. So Rodiriguez couldn't even get the one free hand that he had.
No, but
and
you
here
made
we
a
go to
great
Big Mo.
point about learning through this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Tim Mills calls a stop to this contest at 2 minutes of the third round. Declaring your winner via submission, rear naked choke, Colby Brand.
Great fight.
I'm back here now with your winner, Colby Brand. You got the submission victory, rear naked choke. How's it feel?
It feels amazing right now. My arms are like jelly.
It was a very back and forth fight, standing and on the ground. What was your game plan going in?
Get him to the ground. For the most part, my game plan is to get the back. But if I can finish the fight anywhere as quick as I can, that's the plan.
There was one point during the fight where it seemed like you might have been hurt, staggered, backing up a little bit. Did you feel like you were hurt at all?
A little bit. He hits hard. But at the same time, it's all about mental toughness, and you just got to push your mind through that thing.
Well, you certainly did. Got the win tonight. Who do you want to thank?
My team Victory MMA in Colorado Springs, my mom, my dad, my brother. Without them, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Everyone I've trained with back in San Diego and in Colorado today, Lord, my girlfriend, all my supporters and fans out there that have bought a ticket, and again, my team, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do that. Victory MMA.
Congratulations on a great win.
Thank
Good job.
you.